morning, everybody. I was having a very silent morning up until this point, and now I am outside, still in the silence, but just frolicking through the redwoods, and yeah, just spending a slow Sunday with myself. I am currently on my moon, which makes things feel a little bit more slow and just very releasing, and so I'm listening to my body, and I'm probably just going to take a nice little jaunt and find a cozy space to set up a blanket and do some art and journal and read. And I packed a bunch of snacks. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be up to this morning, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. It's really important not to push your body when you are shedding the inside of your uterus. It is a naturally inflammatory process, and so you want to pay tribute to your body and just give her some extra love during this time. And one way that I do that is I spend a lot of time outside. I find that when I'm sitting a lot, I feel more cramps, and so I go outside and I just try to be gentle with my body, but also move in a very flowing way. I feel like movement has always been something that helps my pain and my shedding process, and so I like to move and recycle my energy and think about all of the things that I want to release, because when you're on your moon, it naturally is going to be a time of release. The inside of your body is releasing itself and starting new again, and it's just a really beautiful time to reflect and tap into that magic, because we have this internal timekeeper inside of us, which is so special and so beautiful. And every single time I get my period, I feel so blessed, because it's just a wonderful, magical aspect of being a human, and the fact that the feminine has this internal release and this internal reset button again and again. Our periods are a portal, and our intuition is at its highest point because our left and right hemispheres of our brains are communicating most efficiently, because our hormones are at their lowest point. So just listen to your intuition and tap in and tune out the noise of society, and go out into the woods and spend some time alone with yourself if you also are on your moon, or plan to when you are on your moon, if that feels right for you. I'm also wearing my barefoot ultra shoes because you gotta give your toes some space to breathe. I hate wearing shoes, but if I am wearing shoes, they are barefoot and have enough space for my toes to wiggle around.
These days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else.
Some beet juice with some lemon, which is amazing for women in general, because beet juice has been shown to help with anemia and remineralizing the blood, because it's really rich in iron. And then whenever you're eating plant iron, you always want to make sure that you're adding vitamin C, which is why I added some lemon juice, and this is so amazing for you. It's also really rich in antioxidants, and it's just so potent and vibrant, and I love to just nourish my body with it. I found myself a sunny little nook in the forest, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read The Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer. She is my favorite author. She wrote Braiding Sweetgrass, which is just this really beautiful poetic way of explaining the role that humans play in the natural world and how we have lost that role, and how we can come back to services of gratitude and living in abundance and reciprocity with the whole entire natural world because we are a part of it. And this book is talking a lot about living in a gift economy and trying to find ways in this busy, very commerce-driven society, capitalistic society, and finding ways where we can move back into using gifts and the exchange of gifts as a way of commerce and as a way of just saying thank you and exchanging various things. One really easy way to do this is to go to the farmer's market and barter. I always do this with my herbal remedies and with my nutrition practice. I will barter and trade services with other healers or other farmers, and it's just really beautiful because it's not necessarily taking money, which has an already described and attributed wealth or just like value to it, and you can trade based off, maybe I'm selling my herbal remedy for $30, but I really need those potatoes. I'd rather just swap them even if those potatoes would have cost me $5. So it just allows you to live outside of money and see just the value in trading gifts and the things that you create with your hands. Okay, I'm back home and I am just whipping out my Chinese herbal medicine Materia Medica because I am starting up school again tomorrow and just getting everything prepared. And while I'm really excited to start it, I've been thinking and just reflecting on how burnt out I was feeling last trimester, and I just want to kind of mitigate that, and I want to hit it head on and take care of myself this time around. And so I've gotten a lot of tools to just get myself prepared, like calendars and planners and books and all of those sorts of things. But as you guys know, I always love to take care of my physical body and my mental health, and one of my favorite ways to do this is through herbs. And one of my favorite products for this is these Magic Mind shots. They are Magic Mind mental performance shots. They are amazing for supporting my stress response, lowering stress, and supporting my mental health while also giving me prolonged energy throughout the day. There's this concept of mental wealth and just putting things into the bank of your mental health to make sure that you have a wealth of resources. And one thing that I'm putting into my savings account of my mental wealth are these Magic Mind shots. I've been carrying them around with me everywhere, and I have just been taking one shot in the mornings to help get me through the day, or one shot when I am studying to help get me through my study sessions. And it gives me prolonged energy throughout my study sessions and allows me to stay focused and not get distracted, which is really easy to do in this day and age. There's herbs like ashwagandha in this that really help my stress response and lower my cortisol throughout the day. And then it also has L-theanine from the matcha, which is really great for easing anxiety, which I really love. I think 2025 should be the year where we are all reflecting on what we are putting into our mental health savings accounts and how we can replenish those as much as we can. And so for the month of January, I have been taking one of these shots every single day, and I really encourage you guys to also do the same. Give yourselves a month and really try out what it feels like to really take care of yourself every single day. And for the first time, the 24-hour focus and sleep pack is 45% off using my exclusive link down below. And finally, I wanted to say thank you to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's video. So for the rest of the afternoon, I poured myself a nice big bowl of my favorite coconut oil popcorn before I sat down and studied some of my herbal remedies. We are learning about herbs that expel cold and warm the inside of the body, which is really special for this time of year because it's been pretty chilly here. And then after that, I had a nice self-care evening where I journaled and lit some candles and was just with myself and my thoughts for a while. My favorite way to journal is just to act on my stream of consciousness and put pen to paper and allow whatever that comes up to come up and out onto the pages. It helps alleviate any chaos that is in my brain and just gets rid of any jumbled thoughts. But sometimes I have a hard time becoming inspired for what I need to get out, and so I will read for a while. And my favorite thing to to read is poetry because I find it very inspiring and not too overwhelming and not too heavy to read, and just a very simple way to gain inspiration. So I read some Rumi poems and gained inspiration that way. After sitting and writing and looking out the window at the redwoods, I pulled out my newspaper from the retreat and just read that for a little bit, journaled on some of those journal prompts before I launched into my self-care Sunday routine. I did a nice scalp oil massage with some rosemary oil and just gave myself a nice massage to ease any tension on my head. I also find this really helpful for hair growth. I then went in to dry brush my face and my body to help with lymphatic drainage. This is really helpful for overall cellular health and ridding the body of excess toxins. My new favorite part of my self-care routine is sitting with a red light face mask on. I find that this is really helpful for my jaw pain. I really love this face mask. It's been really great for just reducing inflammation, and I've also found that my skin glows and I break out a little bit less. I have been really into habit stacking, so when I put it on, I sit for 15 minutes in a meditation, and I will also do a little bit of tapping to help reprogram my nervous system and retrain my brain. Afterwards, I read a little bit more of The Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer, and then I launched into my final step of my skincare routine, which is a nice face massage with my favorite beef tallow. I ended the day with a fun walk with my boyfriend Brock at sunset through the redwoods and just had a great slow evening before the busy chaos of Monday began. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending the day with me. It means the world to me that you all choose to spend this sacred and intentional time with me in the ethers. I hope this video inspired you to find all the portals of presence around you every single day. And until next time, I hope you are taking some deep belly breaths and spending some intentional time with yourself and with the earth. I love you, and I will see you all soon in another video.